Like I said, it was a simple process of elimination. We can eliminate the person who was having the affair with Mrs. Abraham, the husband who was having the affair with Mrs. Abraham. We can also eliminate the person who was having the affair with Mr. Abraham. It all comes down to who?
Well, who are the who's?
Well, ma'am, you are the who was putting Mr. Abraham's ho-ho in your hoo-hoo. Am I right?
Well, prove it.
Okay, I can prove it, ma'am. I was looking at the security footage of the party here, and I noticed some very interesting things. One was the other ladies, they called Mr. Abraham Martin. You kept calling him Marty. Now, that's not enough to go on, but you also mentioned that you hoped he hadn't stopped taking his medication. And I have to say, if you know that someone is taking medication, ma'am, that is what we would call intimate knowledge.
All right, so I had a fling. Okay, big deal. I mean, I found out that my husband Peter wasn't only sleeping with his secretary, he was screwing her too.
Oh,
So when Marty, wow, who knew? So when Marty came on to me, I just reciprocated. I figured an eye for an eye.
Right.
More like a poke for a poke.
Anyway, even though I have sinned for the first time, Pastor Paul, I know that I'm forgiven. Isn't that correct?
This is your Randy's your pastor? Where you going to church? Jonestown? Oh, you know what, Nick? If you ever come back to another one of these, just sit against the wall. Just blend right in. All right, so we eliminate you. All right? So if we eliminate Chastity, technically there's only one person who had a husband at the time that could have the affair with Mrs. Abraham, and that would be Janet.
Okay, yes. You know what? Yes, Brad was having an affair with my best friend, Mary Ruth. You know what? It would have been bad enough if he was out on the road with one of the hoochies at the bar, but no. He has a fling with my best friend, Mary Ruth. On the trampoline. I saw on the nanny cam.
Did they take your shoes off? Ma'am, you have to take your shoes off on a trampoline. There's no, and you can't have, it has to be socks only. No bare feet, no shoes. The socks is apparently a happy medium of traction for a trampoline. I don't understand why. I don't know, but I just hope they didn't have any shoes on. Otherwise,
That was the worst situation going on there? Okay, sure.
Was it the 4th of July?
No, it was not.
wow. All right, we eliminate you. So we eliminate Chastity. We eliminate Janet. That only leaves one person that Mary Ruth would consider her best friend. The odd duck out, so to speak. Summer.
Well, wait a minute. If it was Summer, why would she hire this deep poop person?
It's deep poke.
I had a look. I mean, he was dead out there by the green dumpster, and I had a look at that guy, you know, with the Johnny Carson turban and all the crazy scarves and everything. And I figured he didn't have a snowball's chance in hell of actually contacting any dead spirits. And, if Summer brought him into the mix, proactively, it would look like she was interested in getting to the truth.
Your tooth? You got a toothache, Lieutenant?
Truth, ma'am, the truth. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my face, man? So I gotta ask you, ma'am, do you have a hearing problem?
What?
Because you really haven't heard anything I said, ma'am, and that makes me curious because according to the police report that I wrote, because I'm the policeman. I'm not normally the policeman, but tonight I am. Mary Ruth shot herself in an enclosed space. The doors were shut, the windows were shut, and a gunshot going off in an enclosed space like that would be very loud. And it would cause ringing in the ears, ma'am, or tinnitus, as it's called, and that would last for weeks. Maybe a month or so afterwards, ma'am.
That is pure speculation and conjecture, Lieutenant.
You are right, ma'am. You are right. But sometimes when you're doing a murder investigation, ma'am, it's not what you see that's important. It's what you don't see. I don't see a purse, ma'am.
It's right here. It's behind me.
I know. I see the original. I don't see the original purse, ma'am. What I see is that purse there. That's different than the purse you had when the party first started. The original purse, ma'am, it was filled with a whole bunch of things, ma'am, wasn't it? There was like a magazine and a hairbrush and everything sticking out of it. All sorts of papers. And then what happened to all that stuff, ma'am? And the purse is different, ma'am. So I'm saying, why would somebody bring two purses? I think maybe you concealed a gun in that first purse there, ma'am. It's a good thing you did, because this Pokemon guy shows up. He's channeling all these dead spirits, right? And then you had to shoot him. All right? And then Mr. Abraham shows up. Oh, he's got a diary. He wrote some notes down. He thinks the killer is Mary Ruth's best friend, so he had to die too. Then, ma'am, you had to get rid of that purse. And you know where we found that purse, ma'am? The green dumpster. It was right there. It was leaning right over the side. You got to get a little mark when you throw it, man. I just reached up and I grabbed it, and I found a gun in there. I also found your driver's license was in there, ma'am. A social security card was in there. There was a Subway Eat Fresh card. You're one stamp away from a free sandwich. There was also some sort of Radio Shack, a Battery Club card.
Wow.
There's no Radio Shacks that closed down? Really? Oh, that's a shame. Because I don't. They should have stayed in business, man. Because I have to say, you use an awful lot of batteries. You should call your cable provider and get a new remote, man. There is no way that you should be using that many batteries. When we're done, that saddens me in a way that there is no Radio Shack where you can just buy random plugs and whatnot. I need a plug. Where are you gonna go? I'll go to Radio Shack. They got plugs there. Oh, it's the end of an era. All right, my line is done. Anybody? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Radio Shack thing really threw me.
Why, Summer? Why?
Yeah, why, Summer? Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Right? Because my so-called best friend, Mary Ruth, yeah, she said that my marriage broke up because it was my fault. And she said that I should contemplate suicide. That's right, that's what she said. And she pulled out a gun, and she started waving it all over the place. And I grabbed the gun, and the gun goes off. And now I'm standing there, I'm thinking, ain't nobody gonna think this was an accident. I gotta make it look like a suicide. So I shot her 6 times. In the face. With the shotgun.
You know what, man? That's on me for thinking that was a suicide. To be honest. There's quite a bit of reloading involved in that
You know what? D-Poke knew he was catching on. Mark knew it was me. So I had to get rid of those two. Boy, I'm exhausted from all this killing tonight.
Well, you know, Summer, I'm afraid that your sins will be considered a mortal sin. Right, Pastor Paul?
Anyway, ma'am, I need you to come down to the police station with me, and if the rest of you ladies could come with me too. I'm gonna need to take a statement from you, ma'am. And no, I don't have any handcuffs. And you'll get that Subway Eat Fresh card back in probably about 30 to 40 years. So hopefully there's still a Subway. Hopefully they'll go the way of the radio.